Okay, let's start now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام.
Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. So can you see the screen now? Yes, now it is complete. So last Sunday, when we were going through the hadith of Jibreel alayhi salatu salam, we talked about the belief in Allah. Okay, regarding the pillars of Islam, obviously we didn't go to the pillars of Islam. Why? Because there is hadith coming. Again. Something went wrong again.
Just click the same button again.
Okay. Okay, now I'm fine, but I can't see the cursor where it is. Okay, let's move. So we didn't talk about the pillars of Islam because the hadith number 3 is about 5 pillars of Islam. So we went straight away to belief in Allah, in the Arkanul Iman. And the most important article of faith is to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we talked about what belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means. I said belief in Allah comprises 4 matters. We did discuss all this. Let's go to the belief in angels. That is the second article of faith, second pillar of Iman. Belief in angels. And Shaykh Husaymin rahimullah, he has said that belief in angels comprises 4 matters. Meaning when we believe in angels, we need to believe in all those 4 things. The first thing is belief in their existence. So we need to believe that they are a special creature created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have been created through light or by light, as it mentioned in authentic hadith. So they are independent creature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them and created them through light, and they only obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They cannot disobey him. And there are some people, misguided sects, billah, they deny belief in angels. In a sense that, meaning that overall they say that yes, we need to believe in angels, but what they mean by angels, they say angels mean the good thought that comes to a believer's mind and heart. Meaning every believer has got this good and bad in his nature. So the good, meaning the fitra, the good fitra leads the person to do something good. So they say that is the angel. Angel means the good spirit that every human being has got in his soul and mind. And that's absolutely rubbish. Because the hadith and the ayat, they speaks about this creature as an independent creature. They're not part of human being or so. Okay, the second matter we need to believe regarding the angels is believe in those whose name is known to us. Meaning those angels whose names are being mentioned in the Quran, you believe in them according to their, one must believe in them general, but also one must believe in their names that have been explicitly stated in the Quran and Sunnah. For example, we believe that there is an angel who called Jibreel, alayhi salatu salam. And those angels whose name have been not been mentioned, not every angel's name has been mentioned, only few angels' names have been mentioned in the Quran, authentic Sunnah. So in them we believe in general, that there are many angels. How many there are? We don't know the exact number. We don't know the exact number of angels. What we know that there are so many. There's authentic hadith in the Prophet ﷺ said, Atatis sama, meaning the heavens are creeping. Meaning the heavens are feeling the weight and feeling the burden. And Prophet ﷺ said there's no empty space in the heavens, except that the angels are there worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Someone is in his ruku, someone in his sujood. And there's another authentic hadith which says that Baytul Ma'mur, a house in the heavens, like we got the Kaaba on the earth, meaning house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship, especially therein. So the angels got Baytul Ma'mur. And Prophet ﷺ said every day 70,000 angels enter into the house to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala therein, and their turn would not come back. Meaning their turn would not come again. Every single day, 70,000 fresh angels. So these are hadiths tells us the huge number of the angels Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created. Okay, number 3, belief in what we know of the attributes. Means some attributes have been mentioned about the angels, so we need to believe in those attributes. One must believe in the attributes as stated in the Quran and Sunnah. For example, it is stated in the hadith that the Prophet ﷺ saw angel Jibreel in his original form covering the horizon, and he had 600 wings. So whatever is mentioned about the angels, their attributes, in general or specifically regarding any specific angels, we need to believe in them. Number 4, believe in what we know of the attributes. Believe in what we know of the deeds, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given special tasks to special angels. So one must believe in the action that they perform as mentioned in the Quran, authentic Sunnah. For example, the task that Jibreel alayhi salam is given is known. So we must believe that angel Jibreel alayhi salatu wasalam, his duty is to pass the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the human angel, to the prophets, to the prophets of human being. And some of the angels, like Munkar Nakir, what the task is given is known, that they will come into the grave and question the person. And Mikael, what is the duty of Mikael alayhi salatu wasalam? He's appointed upon rain. He's in charge over the rain. And Israfil, his duty is to blow into the trumpet when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks him to do. Okay, so that is these are the 4 things we need to believe regarding the angels. Let's move to the other issue.
Imam Sahib,
Yes.
you said that Hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that there's not a space, that there's not an angel. Isn't the word in the Hadith that there's not 4 finger space, except that there is an angel worshipping Allah?
Yes. 4 finger space, or it says a hand span of space or something, except the angels are worshipping therein. Okay, now we talk about the 3rd article of faith. Believe in Allah, believe in His Messenger, and believe in His prophets. And Shaykh Husaymin Rahimullah says, believe in prophets comprises 4 matters. To believe that their message is true one from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to believe that the message that they brought, all the messengers and prophets, the message that they brought is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is a true one. Number 2, to believe in those of them whose names we know, each according to his name. Meaning some prophets have been mentioned by the name, like Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa, Harun, and Yusuf, and so on and so forth. To believe in them according to the names that have been mentioned in the Quran, authentic Sunnah. And many prophets' names have not been mentioned. Any idea how many prophets have been mentioned by name in the Quran?
26.
Okay.
25, Sheikh.
25. I'm not exactly sure. It is between 25, 26. So that is homework for next lesson, inshallah. So, the prophets and Anbiya are huge. Not everyone's name is mentioned. So we believe in all of them in general, and we believe specifically in those prophets whose names have been mentioned in the Quran and authentic Sunnah. To believe in what is authentically reported from the news. What is authentically reported from the news. As for the Prophet ﷺ, meaning the news of our Prophet ﷺ, is mentioned in the Quran and authentic Sunnah. As for the other prophets, we find something has been mentioned about them in Quran, and our Prophet ﷺ has mentioned something about them in his authentic Hadith, authentic Sunnah, so we believe in them. And what comes here, for example, from the Israeliyat, the people of book have narrated after they become Muslim or so, that's called Israeliyat. What's the ruling regarding Israeliyat? Israeliyat means those companions who were from the people of book and embrace Islam, and then they narrate something from their previous knowledge, the knowledge about the previous scriptures or previous book. Those are hadiths called Israeliyat. Okay, regarding the Israeliyat, if it is confirmed by our Quran and Sunnah, we believe in them, not because they have come from they have come in those ahadith that call Israeliyat, rather because it has been mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah. Anything those companions narrate from the previous scriptures or previous meaning from the knowledge that they have from about the previous prophets or so, if it is in contradiction to what Allah and His Messenger, let's say contradiction to Quran and authentic Sunnah, then we don't believe, because what we got of the Quran authentic Sunnah is preserved one, and what they have is not preserved, meaning we cannot say for sure they don't have chains or anything. And there's third category of Israeliyat. That is neither our Sharia of Quran and Sunnah confirms nor rejects, means neutral. There's nothing to say that is true and there's nothing to say that is wrong. So in those type of Israeliyat, we neither confirm them nor we reject. We also, our position will be neutral, because it may be true. So if we are rejecting, we are rejecting the truth. And it may be wrong. So if we are accepting, we may be accepting something wrong. So our situation, our position regarding this type of Israeliyat is also neutral. Okay, let's move to the fourth, to act upon the Sharia of the messenger who is sent to us from amongst them. Meaning, the last thing is to act upon the Sharia of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to act upon the Sharia of the messenger who is sent to us from amongst them. And we believe in all those prophets, from Adam alayhi salam till the last one. And anyone who does not believe in any of the prophet, anyone, Nauzubillah, rejects any prophet, let's say, he believes in all of them except for the last, let's say, or believes in all of them except for the Jesus, Isa alayhi salam prophet. So what is the ruling? The ruling is meaning he hasn't believed in any prophet. Rejecting one of the prophet is like rejecting and belying all of them. That's why we find in the Quran Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, كَذَّبَتْ قَوْمُ نُوحٍ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. The people of Nuh have rejected all prophets. Even though the people of Nuh only rejected their prophet Nuh alayhi salam, they didn't see the prophets who came after Nuh alayhi salam. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala regarded them as if they have rejected all prophets. So pay attention to this important ruling. Disbelieving in one of the prophet is equivalent to disbelieving in all those prophets. Okay, let's move to the next one. Okay, let me make this big. Okay, belief in angels we talked about. Belief in messengers we talked about. Belief in last day. Okay, antumina billahi wa malaikatihi. Sorry, we didn't talk about belief in the books. That is clear that we believe in all books that all prophets were given. And when they were in original form, obviously we believe in everything that was given to them when those books were in their original form. However, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam Sharia and the Quran has a meaning. It confirms those previous prophets and previous books. At the same time, this is the latest one, the final testimony, so it has abrogated some of the previous rulings as well. So regarding the books, we believe in all those books, and we believe when they came and when they were in the original form, they were from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, all the previous books, meaning with the exception of the Quran, those previous books have been corrupted. We find different version of Bible, we find different version of Old Testament and New Testament, and there's contradiction between all of them. And even, the scholars of the people of books, scholars of Christian, meaning scholars from Christian and scholars from Yahud, those who are fair-minded, they also admit this fact. And it is there for everyone to see the corruption that has been taken place in those books. Except for the Quran. Quran is in its original form, and it will remain in its original form until the end of this world. And here let me mention a beautiful story. I think Hafiz ibn Hajar Hafiz Allama ibn Kathir has mentioned this story somewhere. And Allama ibn Qayyim also has mentioned this story. That at the time of Harun Rashid, very interesting story, and briefly I won't go into in greater detail. Harun Rashid, when he was Khalifa, he was known for his love for the knowledge, and he was known for his love and respect for the ulama. He used to have gatherings of scholars. He himself was a very knowledgeable person. So one day in his gathering, there appeared a young man, well dressed and with a good appearance, and well, meaning, and he was speaking good as well. He participated in the gathering and participated in some of this scholarly discussion also. And Khalifa Harun Rashid was greatly impressed with the young man. So at the end of the meeting, he said to all the scholars, leave, but he said to the young person, you stay behind. I want to have a word with him. Then when everyone left, he said to the young guy, he said, Israeliyun anta? Are you Yahudi, Israeli? He said, yes. Then the Khalifa offered him, he said, look, become a Muslim and I will give you this and those many benefits also. Obviously, he was Khalifa, and the treasure and the keys for the treasure was in his hand. So he was in position to make those promises. But the person refused. He said, Dini dinu abai, meaning I follow the religion which is the religion of my fathers and forefathers. I'm not ready to convert or become Muslim. Okay, so anyone, neither Khalifa nor anyone can force anyone to become Muslim. La ikraha fi din, qad tabayyana ar-rushd min al-ghayy. So the guy left. And look what happened. After a few months or a couple of years, the same person again appeared in one of those scholarly gatherings arranged by the Khalifa Harun Rashid. And what happened this time, Harun Rashid noticed that his appearance is different. He looks like a Muslim now. Okay, but Harun Rashid did not say anything, but he said at the end, everyone should leave except the person, young person. And when everyone left, he asked him, you look to be a Muslim now. He said, yes, I am. Then Khalifa said, look, do you remember? Meaning I asked you to become Muslim and offered you much of the help and much financial benefits also, and you refused. So what made you change your decision? Now, meaning now you're voluntary Muslim, and a couple of months or a year ago, I asked you to become Muslim, and I will help you financially, or give you this and those many things, and you refused. Now you became a Muslim voluntary. What happened? What changed you? What made you change your mind and embrace Islam? He said, look, the fact is, when you told me, meaning when you last time when you asked me, made a request to become Muslim, so at that time I wasn't sure whether Islam is the true religion or not. But you, meaning, yes, you raised that question to check which religion is true also. So when I left your gathering, I prepared three different copies of Torah, and some narration says 3 and some says more, 5, 7 or so. So let's say, he said, I prepared many copies of Torah and many copies of Injil, and I corrupted all of them. Meaning how he prepared, he said his handwriting was also very good. So not only he was very good in his appearance and the way he used to speak also, he was well-known khattat. At that time, people used to write down. There was no printing. So he said, I made different copies and corrected all of them and given to the scholars. And each one them appreciated, and they even did not realize that these are the corrupted versions of Torah and Injil. I gave to the learned people, rabbis and the scholars, and all of them appreciated and they were thankful to me, and none of them realized that it is. And he said, I did the same with the Quran, and I was about to go to the Jamia, meaning Madaris of, I was looking for the scholars of Islam to give them to this book. But in the market, some of the Muslims asked what you are carrying, what you are having with you. I said, this is the Quran I prepared or have written with my beautiful handwriting. And the lay Muslim, they took those Quran and turned few pages here and then. They said, thank you, keep this Quran with you. This is not the original Quran. We don't want your Quran. It is a corrupted one. It is a corrupted one. So he said, even an average Muslim they found out that this is a corrupted one, and they were not happy to take it. But the other books that I corrupted, I mean the Injil and Torah, and even the scholars were not aware. So he said, that made me believe that this, meaning the other books are corrupted, and they're no longer in the original form except for the Quran, and that led me to embrace Islam. Okay, so that is something briefly regarding the belief in the belief in the books. Let's go to the belief in the last day. The belief in the last day comprises three matters. This is what Sheikh Uthaymeen has said in some of his books, meaning we need to believe in these three things when it comes to belief in the last day, and the resurrection. So he said, first is to believe in the resurrection. Bas means resurrection. We need to believe that after we die and we are buried, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring every person back to the life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring everyone back to the life. And in this regard, Shaykh Uthaymeen said that even though the disbelievers, they made it a big issue of it. They said, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to how is he able to bring people back to the life after they become rotten and after they turn into dust and mix with the soil also? How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to? Obviously, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us from nothing. So recreation is far easier than creating something for the first time. And Shaykh Uthaymeen, in some of his Aqidah book, he mentioned many dalil. He said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showed us in the Quran when he brought back some people to the life. And there were many examples. There are many examples in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given life to dead people. For example, the person in Surah Baqarah who got killed, and the Bani Israel were asked to slaughter a cow. So that is an example. And there are many other examples as well. For example, Ibrahim alayhi salam, when he said, show me how do you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed how he gives life to the dead. And Uzair alayhi salam, when he passed by, أَوْ كَالَّذِي مَرَّ عَلَىٰ قَرْيَةٍ, that is also in Surah Baqarah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made him die for 100 years or so, and then brought him back to the life. And those people, أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الَّذِينَ خَرَجُوا مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ وَهُمْ أُلُوفٌ حَذَرَ الْمَوْتِ. Some people in thousands, they ran away, meaning they left the place fearing, meaning some disease or something broke down in the place, in the city where they were living, and they left the city out of the fear of the disease and death. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Mutu. فَقَالَ لَهُمُ اللَّهُ مُوتُوا ثُمَّ أَحْيَاهُمْ, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought them back to the life. I think this is also in Surah Baqarah. Anyway, there are many examples given, and people have saw. So we believe firmly, and no one is a true believer until he believes in the Day of Judgment, until he believes in resurrection. Okay, number two, that we need to believe in recompense and reckoning, meaning part of the belief in the Day of Judgment, last day, is that we need to believe that we'll be brought back to the life and will be taken to account. Our deeds will be weighed, as well as the person will be weighed. Pay attention. Not only deeds will be weighed, the person himself will be weighed, and the scrolls will be weighed as well. All these three things. The dalil for the person, there's a hadith in Sahih Bukhari, if I'm not wrong, that a huge bulk disbeliever will be brought, and he will be put on the scale, and وَلَا يَزِنُ جَنَاحَ بَعُوضًا, and he won't, meaning his weight won't be equivalent to the wing of a mosquito or fly. Obviously, the weight that every person will be given according to his iman and according to his amal, not according to his physical, structure or physical weight. So we believe in all of them. The deeds will be weighed, the person will be weighed, and the scrolls. The dalil for the scrolls is the famous hadith Bitaqa. Remember, 99 scrolls against the small card. I think all of you are aware of this hadith, which is called Hadith al-Bitaqa. Okay, the last thing is to believe in Jannah and Nar. So after the reckoning, may Allah make us, our relatives, our parents, and our friends from the people of Jannah. So after the Hisab and Kitab, the good people of Iman and Tawheed will show part to the Jannah, and the disbeliever and the evil doers will show part to the hellfire. So we need to believe in the Jannah and Jahannam as well. And then I said part of the belief in the hereafter is the belief in what occurs after death. meaning part of the belief in hereafter to believe whatever occurs after the death. Angels will come and how they take the soul and what happens. Fitnatul Qabr, for example, we need to believe in the trial of the grave, and the angels will come and the questioning, and we need to believe the torment and delight of the grave. And part of the belief in hereafter is to believe in the signs of the hour as well, especially those big ones that will occur just before the end of this world. Believe in the Ashratu Sa'i are also part of the belief in hereafter. Okay, I want to complete this hadith today. So yes, 25 minutes gone. We still got 15 minutes left. So let's complete the hadith. Then I will give you time to ask questions. Okay, the last article of faith is belief in Al-Qadr. Belief in Al-Qadr, meaning the divine destiny. And belief in Al-Qadr has got 4 different levels. Levels of belief in Qadr. Pay attention. Ibn al-Qayyim, rahimullah, shows that there are 4 levels or aspects of belief in Al-Qadr. So Ibn al-Qayyim, it is him who has mentioned those levels in detail. And he has a book in the Qada and Qadr. A complete book has written about the Qada and Qadr. So in that book, he said that there are 4 levels or aspects of belief in Qadr. Number 1, we need to believe in all those 4 different stages or levels of Al-Qadr. The first level is to believe in Allah's knowledge of everything, both of universals and particulars before its existence. Meaning we need to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew or knows everything. Meaning he has the knowledge of future. So the belief that Allah knew everything on the whole and in detail, which took place on the past and is taking place now or will take place in the future and forever. Whether it is related to his actions or the actions of his ibad. Meaning he knows what he is going to do, and he knows the action the people are going to do, are doing now, or going to do in future. And the dalil for this is called ilm. The first maratibul iman bil qadr, they are called 4 levels to believe in Allah. 4 levels or aspects of belief in qadr. The first one is to believe in Allah's knowledge. Okay, and the ayat are 2 many in the Quran and Sunnah that speaks about Allah's knowledge. Let's go to the second level, is to believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the second level of belief in Qadr is to believe in Allah's recording of all things before he created the heavens and the earth. Meaning before the creation, he has the knowledge, and according to his knowledge, he got those things written down. And everything is written down in the Lawh Mahfuz, the mother book. Okay, so he had the knowledge, and then what is going to happen and what he's going to do and what's going to happen for his creature, everything he got it written down, he got it recorded. This is called Kitaba. And the dalil that everything is written in the mother book are many in the Quran. Let me mention one from the Quran and one from the Sunnah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Alam ta'lam anna Allah ya'lamu ma fi as-samai wal ard, inna dhalika fi kitab. Inna dhalika fi kitab. Ma asaba min musibatin fil ardi wala fi anfusikum illa fi kitabin min qabli an nabraha. Mean no calamity occurs on the earth or among yourself, but it is inscribed in the book before we bring it into existence. And there is authentic hadith of Sahih Muslim in which Prophet ﷺ said that Allah subhanahu katab Allah maqadir al-khalaiq. Allah recorded the measures of the creation 5,000 years before. 50,000 years before. 50,000 years before he created. Okay, so that is the second level of belief in Al-Qadr.
Imam Sahab,
Yes.
I have a question.
I'll leave the question at the end, Shamal. I will give you. Okay? I mean, write it down or preserve the question. Anyway, what it is quickly. Do you want to say it now?
Okay, I'll actually want to leave it to the end.
Okay, leave to the end. That will be better.
Okay.
Okay, the third level is to believe in Allah's qadar of everything. Is that he does not, meaning if he does not will something, it can never come into existence. Meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knew, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala got it recorded. However, whatever is going to happen in future, it happens by the will and permission of Allah. Nothing happens in this universe without the Mashiach and without the will of Allah. So the first level is called ilm. Remember this Arabic verse. The second one is called kitaba. The third one is called al-Mashiach. Meaning, yes, he knew and he got it written down, but those things are happening with his permission and will. And there are some ahadith, for example, in this regard, that nothing, meaning there are a number of ahadith and some ayat as well. وَمَا تَسْقُطُ مِنْ وَرَقَةٍ. Allah knows the leaves that falls, so that is knowledge, but it falls with the permission and will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing happens in this universe because He is the creator and He controls the affairs except the will of Allah. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا اقْتَتَلُوا وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَفْعَلُ مَا يُرِيدُ وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. So that has been mentioned in a number of verses. Okay, the last level, the fourth level of belief in Qadar is the belief in Allah's creating of everything. I mean, bringing of everything into existence and making everything be. So His knowledge is there, He got them recorded, and nothing happens except His will. And then the last level is that after He will, He created. So the belief that all beings are created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, including their self, meaning we've been created, our qualities and our motion and our amal are, meaning all these are creations of being created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ilm, kitaba, mashiya, and the fourth level is called khalq. Allahu khaliqu kulli shay. Allah has created everything. Inna kulla shayin khalaqnahu biqadar. We have created all things with divine preordainment. Okay, so that is the taqdeer, but remember, taqdeer does not mean that you use it as an excuse. We've been told to work, we've been told to do something that benefits us. Meaning no one has knowledge what is written, good or bad. So have good faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and make struggle. Don't say if Jannah is written, it's going to come. It will come through the actions. Okay, in the worldly matters, yes, in the worldly issues, the wealth that we are going to acquire is written. Job is written, but we don't sit put it. We make effort, we prepare CV, we go and face the interview. So yes, I mean in the worldly affairs, taqdeer is written, but we don't rely on qadr. We make our effort. So in the same way, we need to make effort regarding the religious duties as well. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the ihsan. Prophet ﷺ was asked, what is ihsan? And Prophet ﷺ said, Antabudullah ka'annaka tara, worship Allah as if you see Him. If not, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is ever watchful over you. Okay, so I said here, ihsan means doing goodness, doing well, and behaving with others in a goodly manner. That's called ihsan. In Urdu, as we'll say, someone has done ihsan on me, I need to be grateful. Ihsan means doing good to other people or doing good deeds. Okay, it also implies doing something in the best way, perfecting something. That's also called ihsan. For example, you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you worship in the best possible way, we say that is the ihsan. Ihsan is a higher level. So we find that in this hadith, Prophet ﷺ, when he was asked about ihsan, he did not give a dictionary type of definition to ihsan. He did not say ihsan means doing something good or doing something in a perfect way. Rather, he mentioned the motivating factor behind ihsan. What is the motivating factor behind ihsan? Is having the iman, strong iman about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and about His qualities and about His muraqabah, that is watching. So strong as if we are seeing Him And if we cannot create the level, then obviously at least the minimum level that we need to have is that he is watchful. So that is the motivating, meaning when you have the iman and the strong feeling, then you will be able to do ibadah in a best possible way. And when we say ibadah, we don't mean only prayer. Remember, some people think ihsan means to pray as if you are seeing Allah, Allah is seeing you. Yes, that I mean, prayer is an important act of worship, but ihsan is applicable to all acts of worship. Whenever we are worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through any form of worship, we need to do them, we need to perform it in a best possible way. Meaning perform those acts of good deeds as if you see Allah, and if you don't have that feeling, then be sure and be certain that Allah is watchful. He is seeing you. Okay, so generally speaking, scholars have said these are the two levels of ihsan. They said there are two levels of ihsan. One is loftier position, and then the second one is compared to the first one is a junior, meaning the first one is the best level, and the second one is also good, but not obviously the first one is the higher. Level 1, the loftier position, is termed as al-mushahada. The first level is called as mushahada. What it means, I mean, this is not the real seeing of Allah. However, the realization of Allah's presence by His knowledge and mercy is so strong in the heart that the person witnesses Allah in front of him, as if he is seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front of him. Obviously, you don't see with your eyes, and you don't give an imaginary picture, billah, because nothing similar to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the iman is so strong, and the realization of Allah's presence is with His mercy and knowledge, and with His muraqabah is so strong, as if you are seeing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And remember, if a person has that level of iman, how he's going to pray, how he's going to do any act, he'll be doing in a very perfect manner, outwardly and inwardly. Okay, the lower level, the second level, which is lower than the first one, still it is very good level of ihsan. I mean, very good, is termed as al-muraqabah. What it means, where a person worship Allah, realizing fully that Allah is watching him and knows what goes on externally and inside his heart and soul. So this is the second level, which is called muraqabah. So pay attention, or remember those Arabic words, mushahada and muraqabah. Mushahada means you are witnessing Allah as if you are really witnessing Allah, and muraqabah means that you are completely aware, or you are certain that Allah is watchful. So if you cannot have the first level, at least have the second level of ihsan. And even if you have the second level of ihsan, your ibadah will be perfect. You won't be messing around with your with your limbs or so. Neither your hearts will be going left and right and thinking about worldly things when you stand and pray, offer the prayer. May Allah grant the level of ihsan. Yes, say Ameen. May Allah give us, make us reach or have this level of ihsan. I mean, the first level is loftier, but even though if we can't have the first, the second level is good enough. Okay, benefits of achieving ihsan. What is the benefit if you have the ihsan? Obviously, it is clear. I have just hinted that your acts of worship will be performed in the best possible way, meaning you will be able to perfect your prayer, not only prayer, every act of worship, and you enjoy. That's why Prophet ﷺ said, sometimes we take the prayer, especially the Tarawih prayer, as a burden. But if you have that level of ihsan, if you have ihsan, then you will be enjoying the prayer, and you'll be enjoying the different acts of worship. As Prophet ﷺ said, جُعِلَتْ قُرَّةُ عَيْنِي فِي الصَّلَاةِ, meaning I get my coolness of eyes are in the prayer. And he used to say to Bilal, arihni, meaning start the azan and provide us comfort, source of comfort. Okay, Shaykh Uthaymeen has said regarding the difference between these two levels of ihsan. Yes? what Sheikh Uthaymeen has said regarding these two different levels of ihsan. I think what Sheikh Uthaymeen has said, he said if someone has got the level of mushahada, the first level of ihsan, he said this type of worship is the worship of craving, yearning, and delight. Ibadatullahi bil hub wa raghba. And the one who has got the level of muraqabah, Shaykh Uthaymeen said, his ibadah, the lower level of ihsan, is one of fleeing and fear. Fleeing and fear, meaning he knows that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watchful, so he tries to perfect his ibadah. So the first one he called is ibadatul hub wa raghba, and the second one is ibadatullah, meaning out of fear and out of fleeing from his punishment. Okay, the last thing before we conclude our today's lesson and finish this hadith, I want to start the hadith number 3 following Sunday, inshallah. So this is the last thing where Prophet ﷺ said, was asked about the signs of the hour. Then he mentioned 2. The second one is antalid al-amatu rabbata, a slave girl's giving birth to her master. What it means, the slave girls giving birth to her master. Okay, I mentioned three different sayings. The first one is Al-Khattabi. What Khattabi said, he said its meaning is that Islam will spread. Pay attention. He said it means that Islam will spread, dominate the lands of the disbeliever, and take the inhabitants as slaves. And then a man will have a child through his slave girl, and that child shall be like her master, because the child belongs to the master. Okay, briefly, Allama Khattabi said that this sign means that it will come a time before the end of the world when Islam will spread and dominate the lands of the disbeliever and take the inhabitants as slaves. And once they take the inhabitants of the slave, which includes the male and female, so when a female gives a birth, the child belongs to the master. The child will be regarded as the child of the master, not even though he is the child of the slave girl as well, but his lineage will go through the father. He will be regarded as a free man. So what's happening here? That his child will belong to the master, and as if the child is a master over his mother as well. The child shall be like her master, because the child is the child of the master. Okay, there's a little problem in this explanation. We'll come back. Let me come to the second one. The second explanation given is slave girls who have given birth to the owner's children will be sold by the owners. I mean, slave girls who have given birth to the owner's children, actually they should not be sold. That's the Islamic ruling. They call Ummul Walad. Once they give birth to the children of the master, they're supposed not to be sold, but they will be sold. And there will be so much selling of such women that the woman's own son will later buy her, not knowing that it is his mother. So he will become master of his own mother. Meaning these type of women, after giving birth, will be sold, and and so much selling of such women will occur that eventually his own son will be buying her, not knowing that it is his mother. So that's what meaning Prophet ﷺ meant, that a slave girl giving birth to her owner. Okay, and the third explanation is given is that children will disobey their mothers, the parents, and especially their mothers. Mothers are weaker, so you find that children are more comfortable with their mothers, and sometimes they shout and they disobey. So children will disobey their mothers. A child will end up treating his own mother like a slave owner treats a slave girl. Okay, so these are the 3 explanations given. But now, these explanations given by the scholars, previous scholars, now we are living in a time, in a day and age, when, Nauzubillah, especially in the Western cultures, so you find many women giving birth and they're leaving the children. Children are being raised by the social people or so. And sometimes they don't know even, they're not aware about the children. And it can really happen that the child grows up and gets married to the same woman who gave birth to to him, not knowing that it is his mother, not knowing that she is his mother. And what happened in that case? The child is being master over his own mother and taking her own mother, Nauzubillah, as his wife. It can happen in these cultures where people, especially after giving birth and abandoning children, or children are being raised by the social services or so. And yes, these type of things, Nauzubillah. And there's something extremely bad to say, but I read in an article, Nauzubillah, in these countries, some children falling, Nauzubillah, again 70 times, falling in love in the moms also, Nauzubillah. So again, a mom is being treated like a slave by her own son. Okay, by this we, mashallah, concluded the hadith. And yes, any questions? Shamal, starting with your one.
Yes, you said before about the everything recorded in Lawh al-Mahfuz. There's ayah in Surah Al-Waqi'ah that إنه لقرآن كريم في كتاب مكنون لا يمسه إلا المطهرون تنزيل من رب العالمين. In some of the scholars said about the tafsir of this ayah that it said that that the meaning of this, that only those who are pure can touch the Quran. And some of the scholars said that mean you have to wudu to touch it, and other scholars said no, it doesn't mean that. It means that only the malaika can touch it, or something along the line.
This question is regarding, are we allowed to touch Quran with wudu or without wudu? Is that it?
I'm saying that some of the scholars said that the meaning of this ayah here,
yes,
only the malaika can touch it, or something along the lines of this.
Okay. Anyway, there is a huge ikhtilaf whether we are allowed to touch Quran with wudu or without wudu. Some people say it is recommended, some scholars say it is obligatory to have wudu. Without going into those technical differences, what I would say is, yes, make sure to have a wudu, then hold Quran and recite. Especially when you're holding Quran and reciting, you're supposed to be in a state of wudu. Any other questions? What these chats are, Hamza?
You're not answered the question.
Yes,
sir. Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. May I preserve you. Of the three opinions regarding the slave girl, which opinion is the strongest?
I think this is strongest, maybe the third one and the second one. The second one tells us that the things will not be in Islamic order also, and Ummul Walad, those slave girls, will be sold, even though it is not appropriate to be sold or prohibited, but so much selling that sometime her own son will end up buying her, not knowing that she is her mother. And the third one is also, why I'm saying the third one and second one, because at the time of Prophet ﷺ, the first one was applicable, meaning people used to have the what we say, slave girls and slave girls giving birth giving birth to children through the master. That was in practice at that time of Prophet ﷺ. What Prophet ﷺ meant that these things will happen at the end of this world, or meaning Qurbasa, before sometime before the end of the world. Okay, any other questions? Okay, that is the problem. It was mentioned that the first opinion had a problem, meaning that the first opinion says that the slave girl will have children through master, and the master the child belongs to the master. That thing was in practice at the time of Prophet ﷺ. Okay, any other question? And here when Prophet ﷺ said the slave girl, he wanted to give mention a sign that will happen in the later times. Any other question?
Yes.
Yes, Shamal, Sheikh Shamal. Give opportunity. Yes, carry on.
I was asking before about the opinion that some scholars say that along the lines that only the Malaika can touch the Quran, the Lawh al-Mahfuz,
Okay.
the Quran.
Shamal, go back to Tafsir Ibn Kathir also. Different opinions given. Mutaharun, is it referring to the angels? Or Mutaharun means those who are in a state of wudu. And can a believer be called mutahhar as well? Because Prophet ﷺ said regarding the kafir, his najis. So all of these opinions are given. So anyway, this is ambiguous, meaning we cannot say for sure that this is what meant by mutahharun. So instead of going to that, let's say have wudu when especially you want to read Quran directly from the Quran. Any other questions? Sheikh Azam is there with us today.
Yes, Imam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Anything you want to say? I mean, 70 odd people have registered the form and not everyone looks attending. So spread the word.
Maybe we could ask why they're not attending. The people registered, we can send them a reminder, inshallah.
Okay. And spread the word as well. So these classes on Zoom, meaning in one way, they are easy for people. You are not losing any time. You from the comfort of your home, you can join easily. And someone said, where can I get the booklet, Sheikh? Which booklet? I mean, the 40 hadiths and are available online. As for the Nawaqid al-Islam, I did send the link for the book for the Nawaqid al-Islam. As for Arba'in Nawawiyya, there are many versions available online PDF. Just download. Especially I want, for example, where the hadith is there and the translation is given and free space. So you can write down these things on the free space. And inshallah, I'm going to send the slides as well as the recording. Today I managed to do the recording. Yesterday I forgot. Okay, I'm not sure about the cancellation of Medina Book 1. I'm not sure. Let's see. Okay, it looks like because there's a talk, so let's cancel the Medina Book 1. I will send the message. Okay, any other thing? Stop here. So join us on
we cancel like the book.
Medina Book 1. I will send the message. It's likely to be cancelled because some of the students may be attending the lecture. Okay, so see you on Saturday, inshallah, same time, 5:30, and we'll take a number of nawaqis. I mean, the last lesson was about the first one because shirk is the most serious one, but we'll speed up, inshallah. So within 2-3 lessons, we'll be able to finish nawaqis. Then we'll start qawaid arba. Subhanakallah bihamdika ashhadu la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Okay, and you can give me the feedback on my mobile number, private number, regarding any lesson or any booklet or workbooks or anything. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.